Hello, today we're going to read the Lego Adventure Book 3, and this book continues Meg, our author's journey to kind of discover new ways to build things by visiting builders who have kind of become famous over the years. It was put out in 2015, and it starts where we left off, where they've caught the destructor and they're bringing him to the Council of Creative Constructionists, or the CCC, and they're going to put him on trial for destroying people's creations. But before we begin the trial, Meg shows us how to build a large Lego brick from smaller Lego bricks. That's kind of a fun little thing, especially if you're looking to decorate. Maybe not for like actual mocks, but to decorate your room. And here we've got some uber destructors, and of course, the book would be over if the trial had ended right now. So, oh no, he escapes! Oh, shocked! Well, guess we're gonna have to track him down to all the different builders' lands, and we start with Patrick. And Patrick, the big tip he gives on his style is do a floor plan. Figure out where you want the stairs, the doors, the furniture before you start building. Really think about it ahead of time so that you don't have to stop building and tear it down and do it all again. So it'll save you a lot of time in the future. This is something I should really learn because I just kind of build and see what happens. But I could do with a little more planning in my life there. And then, one of the things he really suggests is study history. Look at the architecture in different times and see what are those distinguishing characteristics that make those buildings part of that time period, and incorporate those into the city for whatever time period you want to build. And I really like that because he's all about research, and I love researching history, so it's kind of fun, like 2-in-1, Lego and history. Awesome. So we've gone to the past. Now we're going to go to Peter, who, if you remember, does those space turtles in the future. And I love his advice about look at a piece from a new perspective. And we already talked about that, where you kind of look at a piece and you figure out what else can I do with it. But he's like, play with it, look it, turn it around, flip it around, see what other positions you can put it in, and see what ideas those might spark. And I love his design, so cool. We next go to Bridget, and Bridget, she's another advocate of really figuring out your floor plan before you start building. Because not only where you want to put everything and what the function of the room is and how big those windows are, and one of her things is she feels windows and doors are very important to the time period, because different window and door styles are one of the main ingredients, or one of the main details she thinks it changes and helps identify a certain time period. But going back to why she thinks you should plan ahead is she likes to put things on the wall, like coat racks or maybe a microwave. So you want to know where you need these bricks on sides. So when you're building your wall, you put those studs on the sides so you can hang things on your walls. And if you don't plan ahead, you're not going to do that. And she's about function, and it's fun. They use this chapter to kind of talk about how to make your own real life home more environmentally friendly with solar panels, a roof garden, wind turbine, a compost bin. So it's kind of fun how they put a real life application into your Lego builds to be more environmentally friendly. And then we go on to Craig, and Craig, again, he does towns and architecture, and for him, they're all about laying out the floor plan ahead of time, being careful what you build. But one of the cool things about him is he actually talks about, using plates and then jumper plates to create those detachable roofs. And I think, modular builds are becoming more and more popular, but, I think at the beginning, people don't really understand how do you build those roofs that can come apart, so you can look inside of all the great detail you built. So, having these roofs come off allow you to better view the work you've done. And here he just talks about some different style of cars that he does. And then we got an airplane design. Jason, the fair fun. I love Jason because he kind of designs these fair rides, but his big contribution is animals. He's talking about if you build the core of an animal, a lot of animals are basically the same. So if you build this core, you add on the muscles and kind of the facial shape and the tail, and you can get any animal you want. Here he builds a horse, but you could easily turn this horse core into a cow, or maybe even a pig with shorter legs. You get that core, and then all you have to really worry about is the muscles of the animal and how they kind of bulge out at different areas. And again, we talk about function. This is kind of like a little turnabout he does, so that's really cool. You get an amusement park ride that really works. And this book was in 2015, but 2018, 2019, I think Lego's been doing a lot more amusement park sets, so kind of ahead of its time. We've got little tractors here. I love these trees that he did. They're just, I don't know, they very much remind me of Endor or something. Got your trains. Time to go to our next adventure, and here we have Steven. And Steven builds, he's from Germany, and I forgot to, you've got, once again, you've kind of got their name, their nickname, their profession, where they're from, and their website if you want to visit any of their sites. But he builds in mini land scale, which is not minifigure scale, but kind of larger like this. And the reason he does that is because his buildings can have so much more detail, because the larger your building, the more detail you can add into it. So he just does, even his cars have a lot more detail. He couldn't get this kind of detail he does with his cars on a regular minifigure scale, because he's able to slope so many bricks. You just kind of see many of these cool car designs: RV, trains, city, Ghostbusters, Blues Brothers, Dukes of Hazzards, Knight Rider. Gotta love the classics. Oh, Alex. Alex is really cool. I love sandcastle designs, but I think they also highlight how if you just use one color, it just looks like sand. But if you add some different colors in there, all of a sudden that sand color looks like real castle walls. And then we have here some builds. Oh, his contribution to this book and what he does is how to do these fenders here to kind of make your wheels fit. And that's his biggest contribution. And over here we'll get a close-up of that as I turn the pages, because here it is. Right here, it kind of shows you how to create that fender look without having a fender piece, because as Lego goes on, they create more and more pieces to build things instead of figuring out how to build it with fewer pieces. And then, this guy. Okay, I say this guy because when I saw this, I have seen his work online constantly. So it's finally great to see who did it. Because usually I'm just on Pinterest and I see this like cool sushi, but he actually got paid to do this for a photo shoot. So I just loved seeing how he built these sushis and different food items like the plates that they go on, the chopsticks. So just seeing how he did that was really cool. And his little pointer was you just basically keep going one stud in to create kind of that domed effect. Since Lego bricks aren't curved, just keep stepping in one plate, one stud, one stud, one stud, and you'll get that domed look like for a hamburger bun or a plate where on the edge where you need to get rounded up just a little bit. And just more of his food and silverware. For this chapter is all about the actual instructions. I loved it. And then here's kind of cool, no really quick tips here, but just some cool little instrument builds. So, if you don't have like the instrument accessory, you can just build one yourself, like the French horn or the tuba, the viol or the double bass. And then of course we have the Destructor come on in again, and he's gonna cause mayhem and chaos, and they catch him. But guess what? Not to ruin it, but it's Lego, it's kids. He realizes the errors of his ways, and they become friends. But the adventure's not over, because after they build this frilled brick zerd together as teamwork, they have to go catch some more Destructors, and the adventure continues. And here we have like the real life people's faces with their sig figs. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little kind of thumb through review. If you like this book, I'll put the eBay and the Amazon affiliate links in the description, so maybe you can check it out yourself. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and until next time, let's keep building together. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and you can click on the image to watch another video. Until next time, let's keep building together.